Hello, Jade here from the Rawsome Truth. Today I want to talk to you about goal setting. Goal setting for me has been one of the most important things for me in my health and my recovery journey. So many people don't understand the benefits of setting goals and the importance of it and how it can actually help you further in your growth. One way I like to explain it is, imagine watching a basketball game and there were no goals. There'd be no point of the game. All you'd see is people running up and down the court, but nothing to aim for, nothing to achieve. And that's the same in life, and anything that you want to achieve in life. If you don't have those goals, if you don't actually know what you're aiming for, there's no purpose, there's no point. So it's really important to write down goals. Now, I do goals in a whole heap of different ways. Most importantly though, we must set SMART goals. SMART goals are achievable goals. We make them measurable, they're attainable. And when I say attainable, don't go and set yourself a goal that you are going to fly to the moon. You know, it's not going to happen. Perhaps you can say, I'm going to fly to Sydney. You know, something that is attainable, something that's measurable. Don't go and say, you know what, I want to lose 100 kilos when, you know, in 5 weeks, if you're 150 kilos, so to speak, or 180, because that's not attainable. So you have to set goals that is something that is attainable, measurable and timely. So I always put time limits on things too. So for me, even when I was coming raw, I set my mindset and I said, you know what, I'm going to become raw by the 2nd of January 2016. That's when I actually started, and I actually mentally prepared myself for 8 weeks prior. So I was preparing myself. But the other thing that I do besides that is I actually have a visualization board, and I write down absolutely every goal that I want to achieve on it. And they're there for me to look at, they're there for me to visualize. Now, the last time I did this actually was 2 years ago. And the reason I haven't done one since is because I put so many goals on there and I've looked at them every single day, and I've made little small goals underneath in order to get to those particular goals, and I actually prioritize them too. I mean, you know, some were important to me, but they weren't top of my list of, you know, things that I knew that I needed to do to get me further in my health journey and my journey in life. But some of the things I had in there were live in Asia, and I wrote that 2 years ago, and the 1st of August of this year I'll be leaving for Asia. So, you know, you visualize things you believe you'll achieve, and that I assure you. I wanted to be debt free. I was in a lot of debt 2 years ago, and I honestly thought that I would never get out. I was drowning, and the thought of me actually going to Asia was a pipeline dream. It really wasn't going to happen, but I'm debt free. So, you know, I visualized it every day. I prioritized it. I worked out what I had to do to get out of debt to achieve going to Asia. So those kind of things were important to me too. I had, you know, little things like stop holding on to resentments, finding a peace, get rid of clutter, which I've sold off nearly everything I own. So lots of different things that I had written down there. And the other thing I had on there was write down mini goals every day. Now that is something that I do daily. Before I go to bed, I write down next to on a little post-it note, and it's just stuck next to my bed, and I read it before I go to bed, and I read it when I get up in the morning. And it might be simple little things, but they're all to help me achieve the bigger goals that I've set for myself. So for instance, I know tomorrow I'm getting everything ready for Christmas, so it'll be, you know, be kind to yourself, don't stress yourself, ensure that you stay raw. And that's an important one, because I'm going to be cooking a lot of food for my family tomorrow, and that's not the problem of temptation. The problem is that I might not take the time to actually eat, and things can go pear-shaped. So what I'll do to achieve that is, the first thing that I'll do in the morning is make sure I've got all my raw food ready for the day, so that I'm not saying, oh, I can't be bothered making anything. So it's thinking ahead. But I just think for people, make yourself, the first thing to do, but you know, you might know your absolute big goal. My biggest goal was to get to Asia. Your biggest goal might be to eating 100% raw. That was, you know, that's been one of my goals too, but my biggest goal has been to live in Asia. It's just been an absolute dream of mine since I went through Asia 3 years ago. I love it. I just love every part of it. So for me, everything that I've been doing has revolved around that. And you know, I've had to work out what I needed to do in order to get there. Now the thing is, what I had to do was so many things. I had to work my guts out, and I'm still working my guts out. But I had to make other sacrifices along the way. So they were other goals that I had, you know, they were other things that I had to put in place. So my goal is to get to Asia, but that's great. And it's the same with a basketball game. Let's just think about it. It's, you know, my goal is to get, the team's goal is to get a goal, but before they get the goal, there's plenty of things that they need to do in between. You know, they've got to pass the ball off, they've got to make sure that, you know, they get past the other team. For me, I had plenty of things I had to do too. Get out of debt. I had to find peace with myself. That was really important too. Because until I found peace with myself, there was no way I was going to get out of debt, because I'm a shopaholic and Band-Aid fixes would have come into place. So all those things that I needed to do, but it's amazing, once I found peace with myself, everything else has just fallen into place. It's amazing when you're at peace. So, you know, let's say your goal is to be raw. Write down all the reasons why you want to be raw. Don't just say, I want to be raw. Have reasons why. It might be, you know, for good health, for weight loss, because you believe it's the way that we're supposed to eat. You know, you might have leg problems, back problems, whatever it is. Write down all the reasons to be a good influence on your family, because you believe it's the most ethical way to eat. Whatever it is, write it all down. Put it on a big board. I'll show you a photo of the big board I made up. Put it on a big board and visualize it. So each day when you wake up in the morning, you have a look at everything you want to achieve. Put the other things you want to achieve on there too. If you've got fitness goals, put them on there. I mean, I've put on there my weight loss goals. I wanted to lose 6 kilos. I'm still working on that. It's slowly getting there, eating raw. You know, so all those different things that you want to, you know, do. You know, it might be, I want to fit into a pair of shorts. I put on a list that I want to study more, which I did. I studied 3 different certificates since then. So all those different things put on there that you want to do, and then after that, each day you can do your mini goals and work out what you need to do to achieve them. Goal setting is essential for anybody, and it doesn't matter if it's, you know, you want to buy a house, you want to leave the country, you want to have children, you want to just change your lifestyle, whatever it is. Write down your goals, cement them, and believe them. Make sure they're inked, because until they're inked, you are not going, you haven't really made that commitment. Commit yourself, write it down, visualize it, and make it part of your life every single day. When you make your goals part of your life and part of your morning ritual to think about, part of your evening ritual to think about, you believe enough and you will achieve. This is why I know that I am so successful at everything that I put my heart and soul into, because I believe in myself. And I do write the goals down, and I visualize that every single day, and I tell myself, you can do this, you're going to achieve it. And I know that everything's possible in life, and I believe that for you. If you're watching now, obviously you are, you're watching now, start writing down those goals. Start writing down everything you want to achieve in life. It just doesn't have to be raw. Everything you want to achieve in life, and then set other goals after that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, find me on my forum, Raw Vegan Fruitarians for Life, and remember, don't take lives, live life. Fruit on. Bye for now.